Yeah, so welcome back to the channel. Making a pretty routine, normal video here today. We're gonna go from summer mode to winter mode on the tractor. So stay tuned for the super boring video. And I just feel like I gotta get something out for you guys. I've got almost like, I think we're up to 4 people watching now, so that's pretty cool. And most of you are probably doing the same thing I'm doing this weekend. So one of the challenges to living where I live is it snows sometimes. The shop is full, as you can see. I've got to do some work on the razor and I don't feel like taking it outside. Plus, I don't really have room to store all the stuff for the tractor and stuff. So it stays in here for the most part. I got to put the blower and the soft cab on. Wish I had a hard cab. Can't find one that's reasonably priced. And I don't feel like spending 10 grand on a new one. But we got snow again. So I don't have the Army anymore that I had at Thanksgiving. Poor Frosty took a nosedive over there. I did get the wreath hung. Looks good. Anyway, I pulled the duty out. It's over there, got stuck in my driveway. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but yeah, I forgot to lock her in. So anyway, we're gonna bring the tractor inside here and go from summer mode to winter mode. So the last time I used this tractor was right before Thanksgiving. The tractor gets like no respect anymore. It's all about the razor. So when it snows, yeah, you got this. So we got to clean it off. All right, here we go. I guess that's kind of good enough cleaned off. Alright, we'll hopefully get this thing into the garage and start converting. So I forgot to film taking off the mower deck and the bagger. You missed 5 minutes. What's exciting is me laying on this cold, wet concrete floor, trying to adjust the hook that holds my lift apparatus up. Since the day I bought this tractor, it's always been a nightmare, and every year I fight with it like this, and I finally had enough and brought the die grinder out there and took care of the problem once and for all. But not before I was literally completely wet and soaked down to the core. But, you know, so now that I'm in a great mood and all is well, we finally get it all connected. And if anybody was wondering if that DeWalt die grinder is worth a shit, I would say it is. I use it a lot more than I thought I would. I kind of prefer the DeWalt tools just because I have all of them and have all the batteries. I know the vast majority of my friends use the red tools and they love them. I just put the mid drive shaft in. You missed that. That's not anything tough to do. You saw it go in about 2 seconds. I just put the front bracket up, and I'm hooking up the hydraulics for that. And, now I'm going to pull forward and put the blower on. You can see, I know it's a time lapse, but if it looks like this is going really quick, it's because this is going really quick. Thank God I'm wearing suspenders there under the sweatshirt, or you guys would be getting even more of a shot, way more than you wanted to see. For whatever reason, I brought a bag of zip ties into the camera. Just thinking to myself, man, if you don't have zip ties, how do you survive? Between that, duct tape and WD-40, you can pretty much, fix anything. All right, guys, I finally got it on. This is just kind of part one. This is getting the blower on. Basically got our hydraulics hooked up there, zip tied, tucked away. This guy here is my power connection for my light up here. It's just spliced into the headlights. I mean, it's nothing fancy. The other wire here is hooked into a switch. This controls my auger up and, or my chute control up and down, which is controlled with this guy right here. Open close. Chute left to right is this guy. This is up and down on the blower. So this is kind of like phase one, if you will. I mean, this is not a hard system to hook up. It just sucks because I was working on a cold, wet floor because I don't have a shop, but it is what it is. All you got to really do is put in this drive shaft down here. It just kind of snaps in back in there under the engine. Kind of see where it snaps in. I see I forgot to hook up my front drive shaft, but as you'll be able to see, this is not anything that's, difficult or anything like that. So that's done. I got to click it in. I'll do that. I need 2 hands for that, but pretty simple setup. Little 54-inch blade. I think the other one is a 47 or something like that. It is a 2-stage. It throws the snow pretty good. Collects the mud, as you can see very well, is too. So now all we need to do is we need to put the chains on the back and put my soft cab on. So we'll switch back to time lapse there and show you that next. All right, so I'm snapping in that drive shaft that I said I would do. Went and grabbed my jack from the shop, and I'm just putting on the tire chains right now. The passenger side went really smooth. I remember the driver's side was a complete pain in the butt because some idiot that will remain nameless, me, didn't put it away very good. I just kind of threw it in a pile, and of course it got all twisted up. But at any rate, we got it on there. It just fought me a little bit. Once we got it on, we're definitely ready to move on to something else, because you're just on this cold concrete floor. This is usually the point where you're thinking of a nice in-floor heat, doors closed, plenty of room to work. Maybe someday. Anyway, we got the chains on. I took the jack out, and now we're going to start throwing the frames for the soft cab on there. And I believe I'm dragging the mower deck over and storing it underneath where the snowblower was right now. Now there's my wife with my dog. She's taking him out. He's a 115-pound black lab. Complete gentle giant, but barks like he's Mr. Tough Guy. Moving the tractor in a better position to get the soft cab on, so I had a little bit more room. And I believe you're going to see my wife and the real boss of the house come in. Her dog, there she is, that's Abby Lou. That dog is a terror. My wife's just getting ready to leave here, and I'm putting the soft cab on. This thing is just really tight. It would be better if it was, 90 degrees outside and heated up, but it's pretty cold. The material doesn't want to stretch. It's been sitting there all year. So I'm just doing my best to kind of get it put on in the back, and then I'll stretch it over to the front. Saying goodbye to the wife here, and then I'll work on finishing getting it attached in the back and move on to the front. Like I said, this cab would be so easy to install if it was like 90 degrees out in the sun. But because it's cold out, it just takes a while to stretch over all this framework, and it gets reasonably tight, which is, by all means, it's kind of what you need. Otherwise, you got a bunch of crinkle plastic you can't see through. So I'm definitely glad they made it the way they did. It's just kind of a challenge to put on, if you will. Kind of like these doors. These are tough to put on by yourself. You got to line them up just exactly right. But once you get them, they go right on. Big Velcro flap in the front. Keep the door from falling off or popping up out of those pins. And it works really, really well. All right, so now what I'm doing is putting on a little rope that goes in the back. It's just to hold a shovel on top of the weights and keep the handle tight to the back of the blower. So if you need a hand shovel or anything like that, you've got it right there. Doing a little quick cleanup on the windows, get everything clean. I've got a little rip in my windshield. Just trying to clean that off, be as gentle as possible so I don't make that rip any bigger. And get everything nice and clean and ready to go, because we're going to use it like right away. All looks pretty good. All right, well, I don't know how much of that I got on camera. This is my make-do setup. It's not like it's crappy by any stretch of the imagination. I love my tractor, love the blower. I hate the visibility in this cab. It keeps the snow off because I keep the thing outside, which is nice. This is my magnetic, little windshield wiper cleaner, because I don't have a wiper. But it does the job. It keeps the snow off me. So I'm not going to complain at all. This is my little shovel holder. Set the shovel there. Put it back here. When I'm done doing my driveway, I usually go across the street and take care of the neighbors. He's getting up there in age and can't really do it himself, so I take care of it for him. Anyway, that's it. It's goes from one season to the next and keeps on trucking. All right. Well, that I don't know why I'm making an outro, but that kind of takes care of the tractor. We got the driveway snowblowed, cabs all on, everything worked great. I think I'm ready for a shower. I'm wet, cold, been rolling around on concrete floor. Kind of had enough of that, and looking at my watch, I'm missing some football games already, so I'm gonna go watch them. Everybody have a good day, and we'll catch you on to the next one.